Daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well.
It's cold.
It's cold. I got hot though. I tell you what, there's nothing worse in my mind than sweating in a jacket.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hate sweating in a jacket. I got, for those who don't know, I was trying to do it this morning. It's not going to work, but tomorrow morning we'll be there. We've got a new Troy McNeil Option Omega office on the property.
Oh,
I love it.
I started moving some stuff up there, but here's the thing.
Listen, this is the first any of us are hearing about this iteration. Talk to us.
Troy, is this your excuse to get a man cave? Be honest.
It basically, so here's the thing. I'm about to do a little Cry Me a River situation. So, but it is what it is. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Special needs kids, love them. They're sweet as can be. It makes for not great content sometimes in the background. So need a special spot on a different area. I also don't want to just, and this is really going to break people's hearts. I am getting older and I really don't want to just smoke cigars all day long. And so.
Wait, can we clip that? Can you say
Can we clip it? Yeah, can we get that again?
Yeah. And so my goal is to get, it's accomplished. It's now, we still have some work to do, but my goal is basically to have a little office, got a little shed in the back. We converted it, put a little wood stove in there. So on these cold mornings,
nice.
You'll be able to see the fire in the background. I'm working on, and my wife says it doesn't exist, but I'm where there's a will, there's a way. I would like to find a leather Adirondack chair, a leather inside Adirondack chair.
Shout out to the community. I guarantee you somebody has an idea on this.
What does that mean, Troy? Can you explain?
So do you know what an Adirondack chair? I didn't until I had one.
They're giant wood chairs. They're
the giant wood chairs that lean back, the beach chairs almost.
Yeah. They lean back in their wood.
Yeah, but they don't rock. They're just kind of like, they're like that.
Oh, they see it like, what's the breakfast place on the highway?
Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, don't they have, are those
They do. I think they have some, but they're not rocking chairs. It's you don't rock it. It's just a stationary. I have found that's my little crooked back. I enjoy a Adirondack chair, but I would love a leather one. And so I knew someone was going to say IKEA. I knew it. Here's the other problem. I also don't know how to put anything together. It's incredible how I don't know how to put stuff together. So
when you Google it, they have Adirondack chairs that are leather, but they don't look like Adirondack chairs.
I know.
It's like,
I know.
Like this is just a chair for a dining table.
I know. So anyway, I started moving stuff up there. Dan looks like he has breaking news.
No, I found
he found it
with a little help from someone else here. There's an Adirondack leather chair and ottoman grade 1, Wellington's fine leather, $25.41. Are they normally that expensive?
But see, Dan, okay, here's my
Hey, shout out Mrs. Sheridan. Thank you.
Yeah, that was instant.
That's awesome. I appreciate you so much.
That doesn't look like a chair. Question from the chat. Hello, guys. What is this show about? Well, today it's about Adirondack.
It's about
but in a few minutes, we're going to cover the weather. We may cover
Greenland, Davos.
And we're definitely going to talk about the SPX yesterday.
Absolutely.
And the Trump candles.
Well, here's the thing.
That's coming, but we got to work our way into that.
Yeah. Let me put a bow on this. I'm not an anarchist, and I don't mind spending money on good things. It's hard for me to spend over $2,000 on a chair. I will say that, but that's But I bet it's really comfortable. I bet if I sat in it, I'd want to buy it. So I have to never let myself sit in it. That's the secret. Speaking of leather Adirondack chairs, what a market. Yesterday,
Oh man.
Dan, I mean, listen, we go and we I think we rally because turns out we're not gonna, we're not gonna bomb, we're not gonna use force against
Who could have
NATO.
seen this coming?
Matt, I don't listen. I don't think you get credit for saying like the president's not going to bomb NATO. I feel
mean,
like that's
who
the
could have?
calling.
Who's watched Trump for 10 years? Has he ever told you a game plan before? Has Trump ever asked for something crazy or extreme, and then actually in reality the news comes out and it's something pretty normal, like, hey, you can build a few bases, you can get some shipping lanes, you can get some rare earth minerals. Like, what would happen if somebody wrote a book on that and published it like 20, 30, 40 years ago?
I think they did.
Told you the whole thing.
It's called The Godfather 2.
Well,
there it is.
And
I really think we're closer to what Troy just said. I think it's, I mean, he's just, you know what? I heard someone say today, it's just like, this is his second term. He doesn't have a lot of time left. He's getting old. He doesn't have all this diplomatic stuff. It's just like, hey, strategically, we need you, Greenland. Yeah. I mean, yesterday was Taco Tuesday on Wednesday. And, with that, but you know what?
But I'm going to push. Can I push back on the taco? This was, okay. I'll just say this. We don't usually do a lot of show prep. Last night, I was like, I know I talked about this on the show. I sent Troy an old thing. I'm not going to
play it.
Like,
I'm not playing it.
We got to clip this. And
listen, here's why. Here's
the thing. It's not done yet. I don't want you to play
it. I love it.
This is what happened. Market sells off. Trump tariff fears. Have we ever seen that before? Yeah. Okay. The market sells off. Yesterday, we open up 68.10. We go all the way up to 68.75. Okay. We come back down to 68.05. So go up, down, up. At 2:30-ish, we have candles that take us up over the next 20 minutes-ish, 80 points. Okay. Yeah. And then we finish at 68.75, exactly where the previous high of the day was. Yeah. So, and what is the cause for this? Trump comes out and basically says, we got to deal with Greenland. Is the deal that the 82nd and the 101st and the Arctic Mountain Divisions and the National Guard is putting on parkas and they're invading Greenland and they're taking the capital of Nuuk with 20,000 people? No, that's not the deal.
Yeah.
We know what the deal is because it's not finalized, but it's presented as, hey, the U.S. is going to get some increased military presence. There's going to be some missile defense. There's going to be some mineral rights. There's going to be some shipping economic things. Yeah. Do those all sound reasonable?
Of course.
Does that sound more reasonable?
Here's my counter. Listen, I want Greenland. Everybody should know that. As an American, I want to go to Greenland as a 51st state. I'm disappointed we didn't get more of it, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, but we want to be real boys about it. And so I think your point is exactly valid. In fact, it's so valid that they don't even have a deal. This is just phase 2 of negotiation.
You're exactly right.
You pre-announce a deal.
And listen, in case we haven't said it 100 times,
pre-announce a deal.
We're not taking a position. You're probably not going to know what our personal positions are on.
Well, I'm about to show you my personal position.
Troy may show you his, but in general, I'm just trying to filter what's going on, because I just am surprised that people are surprised, and people I know well are still surprised. And I want to say to my friends who are still surprised, friends, this is 10 years of this. Like, I know, you guys but that's the 10 point. Years of this.
I agree, but like,
I'm just not surprised. I guess
my point of that is like the whole point of it is you're supposed to be surprised.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of
That's
the
why it
negotiation.
works. I think that's why half the people are surprised. I guess I'm just not surprised. Again, not taking a position. I'm simply commenting on the filter that you view the world, what things you take as directional, serious, hyperbolic, actual, et cetera, et cetera.
But could it be like I'm looking at, you look the last 2 days, candles, the difference between the high and the low in the SPX, I mean, they've quieted a little bit lately. They've been maybe 40 to points, 50 points, whatever. Last 2 days, boom, boom, 100, both days,
Yeah.
which is huge. Today, we're going to probably, futures are up 44. VIX is going to be in the 15s today.
Yeah.
But I think what people miss when you look at the market, sometimes we try to figure out, okay, what does this mean geopolitical? To me, it's just looking at, as a range bound guy, right? You look at, is this going to be a bigger candle or smaller? And I think the thing with these things we can always bet on is you're going to have a lot of whoop, whoop, whoop. And so people who are aggressive, and I saw some people yesterday, shout out a gentleman, people are just aggressively playing the ranges with, could be Ricks. It could be balanced butterflies. They're a little short delta. It could be 1-to-1 credit spreads at the money, which is a good, and Troy's great at this, and he'll show something here, but just, you're going to get more ranges. Right now that things seem to be a little more calm, the only thing you can almost bet on is the ranges should quiet a little bit. It's tough to keep up 100-point ranges unless there's absolute pandemonium. But to me, I'm more shocked. I don't know what the high of the VIX was this week, but the fact that the smoke clears, we're in the stinking 15s. Troy, you would know. You have a good.
Well, VIX went up a lot. And then VIX went down. And I mean, again, to Matt's point, it's crazy that VIX would believe someone say that force is on the table for Greenland. That's insane. But VIX believed it. I mean, VIX believed it Tuesday, and then Wednesday it went back down. So, and the market, the market has to price in things whether it's real or not. And so that's the market's pricing things in.
Yeah, and I don't even think it. I guess I would say, I would ask you, do you think a 21 VIX is that? I think that's just pricing in a chance of like, hey, this extreme thing might actually happen. Because if they thought it was going to happen, it would be.
Yeah. But that's how, I mean, pricing in the move.
Here's my question for you though, Troy. Do you have any hedge puts on right now?
I have plenty of hedge puts.
Okay. Have you looked at them at all recently? Like, were you looking at them the past couple days?
I look at them all day.
All day.
I knew you're gonna. Okay. I have some hedge puts, and I have some that I automate, and then I have some that I don't automate. I just do, and that way they're totally out of mind.
Matt, how would you explain the word? If someone here maybe isn't familiar with the show,
like
are we
SPX 3000,
like 3 delta 90 days out?
Yeah,
5 delta a month
like
out.
1 delta 90 day out, 1 delta 60 out, $1 60 day out, $1.
What would a 1 delta 90 days out cost?
I mean, it depends. Sometimes I just buy $1. I
Really?
just buy $1 that far out.
Okay.
And but here's what's interesting, Mr. Flawless. This is where I was going with this. I happened to look at them on Tuesday and they were back to flat, and I've had them for about a month. So this particular batch I've had for like a month, and I think they're like SPX, they're sub 4,000. These I buy like a big round number just for liquidity.
Tuesday the market was higher right before the carnage.
Well, let's see. Was it Tuesday? No, I guess Tuesday VIX was at 21. I probably looked sometime around then. And my point is, I think they were down like 30-40%. And then with that VIX pop, they went back to flat, even though we moved 100 points. But again, the hedge puts are hedge puts about delta or hedge puts about vol, and
strictly vol have nothing to do with price. I mean, when they're 800 points out of the money or whatever. How many?
Oh, these are like SPX 3,500 or something.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That like it would, when I say it would take a nuclear event, God help us, I hope we don't ever have one. It would take some sort of it would take something that would be remembered in the history books. It would not take a Trump tweet and selling off 100 points on a Tuesday. That's not like, these are not for that. But it was just a reminder. Again, I was just like, oh, my puts are down a couple percent now. They're basically back to flat instead of being down 30.
Well, I mean, vol coming in does. I mean, it'll breathe life into stuff. It won't necessarily make it super profitable, but it'll definitely breathe life into stuff and extend things. And
would you say the last 2 days are good for Ricks?
Well, Ricks, I mean, Ricks. Depends on when you put it on.
Yes. Depends on when you put it on and how your Rick is set up. Because, I mean, we opened yesterday at 68.10. We closed 65 points higher. If you put on near the open, you probably did okay. I actually had one on, and to my shame, yesterday was kind of a chaotic day. There were some broker issues. I watched it, and it went at the beginning of the day. I was like, oh, I'm going to have a Rick winner. And then we plunged 60 points or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this Rick is going to 0. And then I look at the end of the day. I'm like, I was in a were we in a meeting, Troy? Was I in a meeting with you? No, I was in a meeting with somebody and got a message. Hey, look at the market. And it was on that huge candle. I was like, oh, maybe the Rick came back, but depends when you put it on.
But when you say like Rick, that's why I want to get to, I know Troy's got a strategy, but I was just thinking, when you think of reverse iron condors, and Matt, you've talked this before, I think there's 2 ways. You put it on and you leave it for the big move or whatever. You get a decent move, or trade them as they are, and they are long gamma trades. So you get positive delta on the way up, negative delta on the way down. And what's the word you use, Matt, to put separate?
Just separate them into leg groups.
Separate them leg groups so you can play this movement. But that's called gamma scalping. That'd be a little, that's a challenging concept to get used to.
And I have just not consistently found, for the Ricks that I use, I haven't found a back test that does better with that. But yesterday, if you would have put if you would have put one on in the middle when we were up at like 68.40, or bought like a long strangler or long straddle at this point, because we chopped around there for a while. If you thought, hey, this is a good place to put them on, you could have won both directions for sure. But I didn't, but could have. So it was just, Troy, it was another Trump candle, a terraflated Trump candle. It was green on Greenland. Is that symbolic?
I mean, people listen, for options traders, this is, again, I have kind of 2 Trump regimes for options trading. What we've had since the second term came in, and 2017. And I'd much rather have this than VIX at 9.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
So, because here's the thing, this is my theory. I was thinking about this the other day. Here's my theory about it. The market kind of like prices in. I mean, to the point where we talk about prices in stuff. So if he goes 6 months without doing something like he did with Greenland, like VIX, everyone's going to be hoping he tweets something crazy.
That's right.
Because I mean, he is the indicator of VIX. The other thing is the Fed. I mean, this is my personal theory. I'm not a macro guy at all, although I love to talk about as if I am all the time. I think the Federal Reserve is actually a bigger deal than any of this stuff. And he has control of that. And they're right now currently fighting in the Supreme Court about how much control he has over that. And so, if he gets control of the Fed, like, it's about to get wild in option land.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, not if he's going to get control. What do you think it would mean for the options market?
Huge candles and volatility all over the place, which is wonderful.
I think it'd be a melt up. Matt left again. I think. Oh, Matt left. Oh, bad.
I was taking out my gum.
I think this is my read on it. I think interest rates would go down. Obviously, that's what he wants. I think that is like frothy bullishness. So like the market will go nuts because the market wants cheap interest rates, which leads to big giant red candles eventually.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't think it's just one way. I think it's you know,
Oh, it's two-way. It's two-way.
when
Yeah.
you realize what happened, that this guy's got control over, you know.
Well, if inflation goes back up and you've used all your bullets already, that's when things get ugly.
Yeah.
You know. And we saw in 2022 them raise interest rates because they kind of knew that. But anyway, listen, I want to show you something I put on. We haven't looked at a model in a minute. I thought it was interesting because yesterday is one of those days where you could really overtrade if you're not careful. And
Sure.
you know, if you're trying to play it out. So I put something on towards the end of the day yesterday, and I thought I'm not saying this is a good trade at all. I don't know what a good trade is. That's why I talk to Dan Sheridan every day. But I want to show this and talk through the idea of it real quick. So what do we got here? Well, think about it as 3 trades, really. I have a put spread at 68.50 and 68.35. Okay. So a put spread at 68.50, 68.35. I then have a butterfly at 69.70, 7,000, 7,025. And then finally, I have a put calendar at 6,800. The short expires today.
I love it. A lot going on. I like.
Oh my gosh, this is a lot going on, Troy.
Well, that's the beauty of modeling, is you can kind of just show it all at once. And so what are we trying to accomplish in this? Well, my general premise was I don't think we're going down to 6,800. I think we're going to stay above. And so a short-term put calendar, in my mind, I'll get out at the end of the day today, one way or another, with this whole trade probably.
So you're leaning about 7 deltas long, negative theta of 24, slightly long Vega. Is that all it is? This whole thing only costs $280 debit. Is that your risk? But that's not your risk, is it? No. Your margin's got to be a lot higher than 280, right?
I think the margin's higher than 280 because of the
yeah, it's got to be closer to $2,000, right?
Yeah, because of the spread. But the cost was 280 because of basically, I hate when people use this language, but I'll say it. I financed the butterfly with the put spread.
You don't hate it as much as I do. I mean, it's just.
I financed it, Dan.
I financed it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's a big
yeah, I went to the bank and I used my bank account to
finance it.
So what do I want to have happen? This is where you can get confused with stuff like this. If you're newer to options trading, like what do you want to have happen? Well, really, by the end of the day today, I want us to either really rally and push back up into that 69.50, or I want us to tank and get down to 6,800. That's kind of what I want by the end of the day.
Troy, is that right? You only have the only option you have in 0 day is that short put. Everything else is 1 day, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And my thought is, if for some reason I'm doing okay in this trade, and I don't want to be done with the whole trade, what I might do is let that short put expire today, and then buy or sell a put maybe 67.50 or something down here.
Yeah.
And then I have a put spread expiring tomorrow.
Troy, what was your thinking? I mean, obviously you put this on last night, right?
What were you thinking?
No. You were thinking well. You put this on last night, correct?
No, I put this on market hours. So I put this on, let's say it's 3:15, 3:30.
All right. So you put it on, and obviously with the morning, you're going to have some good profit in this in the morning, probably. If we open up 40, what made you think to structure it more bullish versus bear? What were you thinking, maybe from a market point of view?
Well, so we had that move up, and anytime there's a move up and then you have a reversion and then there's more good news in the move up, my general sense is the market wants to go up. I mean, that's my general sense.
Oh, so you did this more once we came back down from the highs the second time.
Well, unfortunately, I put this on near the highs, but I think I did it when we were up 90 or something like that. But my thought was that second time of going up after the news came out that we had a tentative deal. I just think the market wants to resolve higher. And so the bullish thing was I wanted to basically, I mean, again, I don't like this term, but it's something I don't like normally doing, but I just did it yesterday where I'm like, I'm going to sell put spread and I'm going to buy a butterfly. That's what I'm going to do. I must do that. And then, we started hovering around the 6,900 for a minute. And I thought, I'm going to buy a put calendar just in case there's some sort of sell-off. I don't think there's going to be a sell-off, but just in case there's a sell-off, I'm going to do a short-dated put calendar to round it out a little bit. Take out some deltas, stuff like that. So
Can I also just say one thing?
Sure.
It's Thursday, boys. It's Thursday, gentlemen. It's Thursday, chat. And I mean, I don't want to overload this show with Thursday back tests and whatnot, but there's sometimes Thursdays don't move at all. And then there's sometimes Thursdays move a lot. So these days when we're up 45, so we're probably going to open, I don't know, 69.15, 69.20, 69.10, 69.25, somewhere in that area, right? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised for us to keep moving in a big way, like because it's Thursday. It's just happened.
Is this the most back test? Would you say it's fair to say in all your back testing, Troy and Matt, that Thursdays are the biggest potential mover day, and maybe because of that, you don't put as many new trades on Thursday? Or what
I put a lot of trades on Thursday, but I like to buy premium rather than sell premium. So that's different than a lot of people. A lot of people mostly sell premium, and I sell premium too, but personally, I much prefer to be long. I like to move.
But it's still when you say you buy premium, like a double kill, it's still a range bound trade, right?
I mean, long strangles and long there's
I got you.
Plus PE back tests on Thursday that are long strangles, long straddle. We can look at one if you want. I'm not trying to take the show over. We only have 10 minutes left, but I mean, there's just these days when, I mean, VIX is going to be down significantly. And we're up a lot. So it just wouldn't surprise me to see a move today.
Well, and yesterday, didn't we went through the 50-day moving average.
Did we? To the downside,
like,
and then
30,
came
40,
back up.
Now we're way above it. I mean, relatively. So, I mean,
I just think it's crazy when you look at the graph for yesterday. It's like we had a big move in the morning, and then we have this huge move down, this huge move back up, and then the move back up cools off, and we end up like right where we were, which, listen, the reason I trade mechanically is because I'm not one of those people that can look at the chart and be like, oh, this is where we're ending. I'm not good at that. That's why I trade mechanically.
Oh, yeah.
And
me too.
I'm sure some of those people who have the Nostradamus gene did pretty well when because if we look at the chart, it's it's kind of crazy.
Well, I'll say this. Speaking of trades, I mean, with the small account challenge, we have that ratio. We have a ratio, and we took it off yesterday. I mean, the system took it off because we automated it for a nice winner of I think about 30%. And that was a one-day trade. Good. And we're going to do a video. I'm going to put out a video today about that because I think that's an interesting, it kind of played out exactly what you want with that type of strategy, right? And again, we're just talking about strategies. What's the strategy? The strategy is, I bet it's going to go up after it goes down one big day. I mean, that's basically the strategy. I bet we're going to go up.
Oh, is this the Qs?
Yeah.
Can you say that again? You put it on and then you took it off?
We automated it. So
okay.
Tuesday on that down day, the trade opened because the conditions were met. It was a higher vol environment. That trade, basically, the premise of that trade is we're probably going to rebound in the next 24 hours.
It's got a little calendar on the small side and a lot more calendar on the big side.
Yeah, and it won. And so we'll do it. We'll kind of do a little bit of a deep dive today and talk through that and see how it did. But these days, Dan, these days are interesting. They definitely provide for opportunity.
Well, and I think, again, leaving at least a last thought, but I think sometimes when we look at trades, it's good to have a plan. And that's what's so wonderful with the small account challenge. Troy's got some well thought out strategies and everything. But it's also putting in some back tests that, even though, like Matt said, not many of us, I mean, I'm horrible at market direction too. But you can put some stuff on when you do have a down move, something that can make money if it moves, but it's not just a shot, right? Because if it went against you and went down, Troy, you wouldn't get killed. You had something on the downside too, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, 100%. That downside, the key with this stuff is like you can leverage things, but don't assume that it always rebounds. That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
Don't assume it always.
You were protected if it went down.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. Yeah. See, that's the nice. Yeah, that's the nice thing. So, were you long gamma on this thing?
On the ratio?
Yeah.
That's what the video's for. I'm gonna deep dive myself. I need to figure that out.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I am too. So it was nice. Listen, it's nice in the small account challenge because that put spread just is so oversized. And so it was nice to get a good winner in the DCs. Feel very comfortable with DCs. DCs are my safe, happy place. So felt good to get a winner.
And it was a ratio DC, which is
ratio DC. Yeah, 2 to 1.
I've never done a ratio DC. I've never.
Based on my one data point, I think they're wonderful. So listen, everybody, we're going to have a good trading day today. Say it to yourself, go in the mirror. You're not a loser. People like you. What's the smiley?
Affirmations with Troy.
Affirmations.
We need a calm voiceover for this, Troy.
You were homeschooled because you were too smart. Stuff like that.
Troy, what's the movie? See, maybe I want to go watch. You brought the affirmation. What was the movie with Dicka and what's the comedian with they were coaching the boys, the little kids soccer, and it was who was the comedian?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Be my juice boy. Go get my juice pack. Dicka says I'm not a juice. I'm no juice boy. Was it Will Ferrell or
that was Will Ferrell. My goodness, you know more about this than I do, Dave.
Was it Will Ferrell?
Kicking and screaming. I've never seen that
kicking and screaming. That is vintage. Just to see that scene with Dicka and him.
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Are you serious? Oh man,
that must be like what Will Ferrell's peak was like. What Anchorman, Old School, Step Brothers. Are those his big?
That's
Matt. This is a kid soccer. Your kid. I think your boys. I forget the language in it, but I think that could be a pretty funny.
Oh, they'll still want to watch it.
They'll still want to watch it.
That might be a dad preview first.
Yeah, dad preview. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, I will say this, and I know we're off topic, but I'm just going to say this. I'm thankful. When you have young kids, you can feel like it's going to last forever, and we've all been in these situations. You feel like it's going to last forever. And if you're thinking about yourself, if you're looking at the snow report and you're thinking to yourself, golly, I'm going to be locked in this house with these kids for 5-6 days. Just know that, you are.
Oh gosh.
That's my affirmation.
Here's the affirmation.
I knew that was coming.
But two, my son is old enough now. He reached the age where I think I'm going to take him to the Odyssey when it comes out in the summer.
Okay.
What's the Odyssey?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan
classic.
Okay.
Is redoing the Odyssey. I saw the preview for it in the theater. It's just 10 minutes of you want to go to war with all of them. My whole identity is based on this story in some ways, and so I've got a lot riding.
True.
But anyway, all right, guys.
Is your middle name Agamemnon?
Privately, no.
Do you have a pet named Odysseus, Ulysses, Achilles, Paris?
Sirens. I call all my dogs sirens.
Close enough.
All right, boys. Listen, have a great morning. Have a great trading day. We will see you guys.